Here's how to profit with Section 8 properties with tax deed investing. This is a great hack for you to A, get a super cheap property, and B, get it in the Section 8 program so that you can get the property and have the government pay the rent for you. So this is awesome. So we're gonna get the property from the government and we're gonna get the government to pay the rent. So this is unlike something that you've seen before. This channel is dedicated to helping you, the average person, get into real estate through unconventional ways. We talk about tax liens, tax deeds, and government seized properties. So on the channel, we show you how to get property sometimes for as little as 50 bucks or less. Today, we're going to apply this strategy to Section 8. So now, what is Section 8? Section 8 is assistance and vouchers by the government to help low-income folks pay their rent. Low-income families, maybe the elderly, disability, things like that. How it works is the tenant only has to come up with 30 to 40% of the rent, and the government covers the rest. So this is awesome. Because, for example, during COVID, when there was all these people not paying rent, guess what? Section 8 folks were getting the rents because the government was paying it. So these types of homes are generally located, or they're allocated to people who are in a bit tougher situations. So there's a high demand for this. So if you get a property in Section 8, it is a great way for you to create passive residual income that is safe and reliable. So let's talk about how we're gonna find these properties. We're gonna break this down super quick. Now, we're gonna do this. We're gonna find the property through tax lien and tax deed investing. So half of the states are tax liens, which means if you pay the homeowner's taxes, you get an interest rate of 8 to 36%. Compare that to your crypto or the stock market, and your investment is actually secured by collateral. Compare that again to like stocks or anything that you have no control over. I always recommend get into investments that have collateral, right? When you go take a loan from the bank, what do they want? They want collateral. How much are you putting down? How much is the asset worth? Yet, everybody thinks they're gonna watch one YouTube video on crypto and stock investing. They're gonna go, they have no idea. They've had monkeys like flip coins that have beat top stock traders. You have no collateral, nothing. You can just lose everything on a whim. So that's why I love tax lien and deed investing. This business has been around for over 200 years. Now, with tax deeds, you buy the property and the opening bid is the back taxes owed. So half of the states are lien state, half of the states are deed state. So for example, if it's a $100,000 house, the back taxes are $5,000. The opening bid is going to be $5,000. Now, sometimes these properties go dirt cheap for the back taxes owed. So for example, if it's $5,000 and there's an $80,000 mortgage on the property, guess what happens? That mortgage gets wiped out because the tax lien is always the foundational lien. So basically what that means, there's this saying in Tax Liens Deeds, it's he who records first has priority. So from the birth of land, when America was settled, the property, when it is born, the taxes are always the priority, right? If you think you own your property, try not paying the taxes. This system's been around for 200 years. They're going to take it. So the reason you get these properties free and clear is because A, maybe there's no mortgage on it, but B, the county, they send the homeowner a letter and the bank a letter and they say, hey, pay your taxes by this date or we're foreclosing, taking the property, you're gonna get wiped out. Therefore, the banks are one of the largest redeemers of these. Now, that being said, every year there are thousands and thousands of these properties that get sold dirt cheap. So what I want you to do is find some HUD areas or some Section 8 areas, go buy them and you can get them in them. So what I want to do is walk you through some simple steps on how to find tax lien or tax deed properties in the Section 8 areas so you can apply for this, get a cheap property, and then get the government to subsidize, I can't talk, the rent for the property. So here's what we need to do. Figure out where you want to go and invest. That's the first thing you want to do, okay? So from there, we need to figure out where are the Section 8 tenant demands. So you can use the HUD, FMR, fair market rent to identify areas where there are Section 8 properties. From there, the next step you're going to do is you're going to get the tax lien or tax lien list or tax lien deed list, and you're going to separate it by zip codes, okay? So you're going to use HUD's fair market rent, FMR data to identify the areas. You're going to get a list of zip codes. You can go on even ChatGPT or Google or Wikipedia, get this information. The next thing you're going to do is get the tax lien or tax deed list, and then you're going to sort it out by zip code, okay? And then you're going to match up the zip codes and the properties that are in those zip codes. So therefore now you have a nice list of tax lien or tax deed properties that are in the Section 8 areas, okay? The next thing we want to do is we want to find out, is there a tax lien sale coming up? Remember, half the states are lien, half the states are deed. Next thing we want to figure out, is there a tax deed sale coming up? So we want to take those properties that are in those locations and we want to go and bid on them, okay? So that's going to be the next step. So you need to do your research on tax liens and deeds. Obviously, this channel is dedicated to helping you do that. So we have hundreds of videos. We just did a video showing you how to find property. I know it sounds crazy, but for as little as $2, it is totally possible. It's not clickbait. So you'll see a link to that video there. And if you really want some help with tax liens and deeds, I give away a totally free book called The ABCs of Tax Lien and Deed Investing. It's 100% free. It'll walk you through step by step. And it has the tax lien and deed directory, so you can just pick up the phone, give them a call, and ask them for the list, cross-reference to the Section 8 areas, go bid, research, and buy. Now, obviously, I'm paraphrasing, making it simpler. We have a lot more in-depth videos here on the channel that I recommend that you check out. So there's a link below in the description where you can get this. If you also want to book a call with us, we do complimentary one-on-one strategy sessions to help you get going. All right, so back to the game, okay? What you want to do is find properties that are in the Section 8 areas, and we're going to go and get that list. So what you want to do is call the county. You can Google the name of the county, or you can just download and access and give them a call. Look them up in here. Say, for example, we're in North Dakota and we want to call Benson County. We can call them up here, 701-473-5340. Call them up on the phone, ask them, hey, when is the next tax deed sale coming up, okay? From there, they're gonna say, well, we just had the sale 2 months ago. At that point, you wanna say these magic words. What happens to the properties that didn't sell at the tax deed sale? They'll say, oh, those go into our inventory, our county land bank. And then you say, how do I get that list? Because here's the cool thing. That is now a seized property by the government, and it's or also referred to as an over-the-counter tax deed. So these are properties where you don't have to bid against anybody. You know, for example, we have people who buy properties that are worth $5, $10, $15, $100,000, literally sometimes for 5 to 10 cents on the dollar because they didn't sell at the auction. What that means is there's nobody to bid against and you get it free and clear. So there are tons of properties in these areas, and there's lots of super cheap pieces of land that you could also buy and build on. Some of this land sometimes is 2-3 cents on the dollar. Now, you're going to find it in a lot of the smaller counties, but I can assure you that it is out there. If you're liking this stuff, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. I've noticed most people who watch this aren't subscribed. Thumbs up, subscribe if you like this information. I provide tons of value, do the best I can to lead the industry on tax lien and tax deed investing through this channel and try to hook you guys up with that. So coming back to it, you want to get that list. What I love about this list is there's no mortgages on these properties. They are free and clear. From there, if the county says, well, we don't offer over the counter, we always just move them to the next sale, get the date of the sale. When the list is published, you want to get that list and then go bid. So you'll get the areas where there are Section 8 qualified zones. You'll get those list of zip codes, boom, copy and paste that into a spreadsheet. The next thing you'll do is you will order that spreadsheet alphabetically, you know, the A to Z, the numerical order, right? And then the next thing you'll do is you'll get the tax lien and deed, or depending on what state you're in, you'll get that same list of property and then you'll sort it. You'll match up the zip codes that work. And then at that point, you're left with properties that are in Section 8 areas. So what you want to do at this point is figure out your, how much you want to bid on the properties. Are they in move-in condition? Are they rental ready? And it's totally awesome. It is one of the best ways to get into real estate and really get yourself a secure residual income where the government is paying the rent for you. It is totally awesome. During the COVID, lots of people weren't collecting rent. The people who had Section 8 were collecting their rent, no problem. So now it is time for you to start, okay? So what you need to do is just go online, do some research in your area. Where are the Section 8 areas within your city, within your county? The next step is to get the county tax lien or tax deed list, find the properties in those areas, and then find out when is the auction. Are they left over right now? Can you go buy them? and get those details and get started. So once again, I have the directories here for the tax lien and deed states if you want to call them. You can always just Google them, but maybe you're in Mississippi, the number is just right there. It is very, very simple. And then all of the steps and research are here in the book as well that you can just follow along with. That is free below in the description so that you can get started here today as my gift to you. So you can check that out. From there, we got tons of other videos on the channel that walk you through this stuff. If you check out some of our live streams, we go for 30, 40 minutes doing all the research and really giving you a comprehensive education on this. So once again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.